Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Deven Mack and Logan Mcpherson about Sonic Prime, available worldwide on Netflix December 15th. Gentlemen, honor and privilege, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us, Petey.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, it's
I mean, this is crazy. This is something that I remember hearing about this, and I was in right away because this is arguably the most iconic animated video game character of all time, in my opinion. Two things that come to mind, I want to ask Logan about the first thing and then Deven for the second. I mean, the color palette on this is incredible. I love the colors of this. So I just wanted to know what were kind of the early kind of talks with the other EPs and the writers and the animators about making all the colors pop in this series, because it's one of my favorite things specifically.
Yeah, that's an amazing question. So we talked a ton about color palette and how to use color to support the storytelling. And obviously the story starts in Green Hill, and we wanted to have a faithful, representation of Green Hill. So it's the lush green, the blues of the water, the sand, and then Shatter event happens and he's in the Shatterverse. And so we really wanted to create some contrast between Green Hill and what's going on in the Shatterverse. And the prism itself is split into 5. So each shard represents a different color spectrum. So we really leaned into those color spectrums to provide a nice contrast between, that beautiful home world of Green Hill and that place he yearns for and is fighting to get back to throughout the series. Now, inside of these worlds, we try to avoid, like New York City, for example, which is dominated by Eggman. There is no blue other than Sonic. We work to ensure that blue
It's calculated color palettes. I love this right now.
Absolutely. In No Land, which is the world that's flooded by water, it's almost all blue.
Yeah.
Which metaphorically is like Sonic is even kind of getting sick of himself because he's sort of stuck on this journey and said, everywhere he looks, all there is blue. So we really looked at color palette in every single world.
Okay.
To ensure.
So we're on the same page with the color palettes, which is awesome. So I'm glad for sure. Deven, second thing I love the most about this are the colors, the pace. I mean, playing the Sonic video games, all the body of work, it's always fast-paced, it's always quick, right? As a kind of voice actor, how do you prepare yourself a little bit with the pace and the quickness of it? Because it's a very quick, if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss something serious, in my opinion.
Well, for me, it kind of helps that I kind of already had a lot of knowledge and background of the character when it comes to. Well, I grew up with the animated series, and then the first game I really got to get into was the Sonic Adventure 2 battle when it was out on the GameCube.
Yes, so good.
It's so Sonic's whole thing about being way too fast and all that. I was able to kind of jump right in immediately and understand. Okay, here's exactly what this needs. We need to have that energy. We need to have that enthusiasm because that is what the fans are drawn to. That's what I was drawn to as that shy kid. I'd see that character and be like, man, I want to get like that though. So yeah, for me it was not that much of a challenge. It's like I saw it. They gave me again. It's written and created with just so much love from every step of the way. So I was able to dive right in and be like, okay, I know what this is about. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Absolutely. And to add to that, Logan, this is more of kind of something I'm going to say that you rather than a question that you could just chime in on. But kind of what Deven was just saying about everything and the quickness, and we know it from the video games. I mean, there's active TV watching and passive TV watching, right? And you would think that something like Sonic, like a cartoon, would be that thing you could just put on in the background and just while you're on your phone eating pizza and everything. But this is a tricky one because if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss out on things with Sonic Prime. Do you know what I mean by that a little bit?
Absolutely. It is a highly serialized, mega binge-worthy narrative.
Yes.
And every detail is connected, and it does feature Sonic, and it moves very fast. And it was important for us to put that action element in the forefront. We wanted to bring that DNA back into the storytelling.
Yep.
And at the same time, yeah, the story moves quick and it is full of all kinds of twists and turns that are all interconnected. So it definitely is like, you got to be paying attention to everything that's going on, and it's going to take you on a wild ride.
Deven, what is the mindset with there's so much source material out before Sonic Prime with Sonic? There's a lot of people that have voiced Sonic before. People want and crave Sonic content all the time. What is that mindset working on Sonic Prime, knowing there's a lot of other source material out there? Because it is a thing where people are going to see this is like the Deven Mack Sonic, right? This is not a Sonic from a video game. Like, what is that mindset? I'm curious about that.
Well, for me, there's definitely a lot of pressure for me starting out on this because I know just how much the character and this world of many characters means to so many people.
Yep.
But again, the fans have just been so kind, just so like very receptive and positive to everything. With the more they got to see, the more they're like, oh, okay. everybody here really cares about creating an experience that is true to the Sonic that we have known and the Prime versions of these characters as we have known them. But the Shatterverse, the Paradox Prism thrusts us into these new scenarios that people have been able to accept because, hey, you know, this is a world without Sonic. This is an alternative take, but the characters that you've known and loved, they're still there.
Yes.
So there's been that element of it, and again, it's something that I was very, very easily just able to connect with and just dive right in because this is a character that I grew up with all of these different interpretations of him. All of them have influenced me to one extent or another, but I've been given so much room to play within the script that I've been able to kind of every now and then sneak my own little quirky joke in there and little things that are kind of distinctly me.
Absolutely.
And again, I've just been having so much fun with it, and everybody just cares so much, and it's great to be on a production like that.
So great. And before we wrap up, Logan, I want to talk about this because the fans want this, they crave this, they can't wait for December 15th. Really cool announcement recently where there is going to be a virtual premiere for the fans where they get to watch an episode 5 days earlier on the Sonic Simulator on Roblox. Can you talk a little bit and plug that quickly before we wrap up as well?
Yeah, just an amazing opportunity with the pilot, which we call the Supercut, which is a 44-minute special, is launching in Roblox on December 10th. It's going to replay every 45 minutes, so get inside there and check it out. It's an amazing opportunity to, you know, sneak in a sneak peek for the fans out there and for the people that are into it. So, yeah, that was just a really cool thing that we were able to participate in.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's so great. And an early holiday gift for a lot of people that have just been waiting for December 15th. Gentlemen, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time. Seriously.
Thanks, Petey.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.